Hey everyone, today is Wednesday, February 1st, 2023, and it's like 30 degrees right now, and everything is frozen and heavy. We got a lot of freezing rain last night, and all the trees are breaking, and once again, I haven't done anything with my bees. I just wanted to show how all my trees are basically down right now, and completely frozen up. Like, things are laying on the ground where they normally wouldn't be laying on the ground. Like, none of these trees are normally touching the ground. Now let me make my way over to my bees and show you that they're just all completely frozen over. They've got little icicles hanging from them. Even their entrances are thick with ice. Their poor little lids. But it'll all be fine. They've seen worse, and everything will be okay. But I just wanted to at least make a quick video. I'm having to like go around trees in a certain way because they're all hanging so low. Let me make my way over to my other hives here and see if there's any trees laying on them. No, they look fine. There's my other hives. I've got that tree's laying on the ground. So yeah, it's just looking pretty rough out here, and it's freezing. Literally, it's freezing cold right now. But I'm sure here in a few days it'll be right back up to 70, 80 degrees. My bees will probably be flying again, so stay tuned. Well, just when I thought everything was okay, I come over to this bee yard, and unfortunately a tree branch that was over my bees just took out 3 of my hives. I don't think there's anything, there's nothing going on with those. They're already done. But I probably can get these back up on there and everything will be okay. Oh look, here they come.
Just try to at least flip them upright. Yeah.
They started coming out all of a sudden. I need to scoot this over. Except this is frozen to the, oh, there it goes. Not ideal. Okay, so that one is fine. I almost wonder if I should just set them like up on these. I know I can get to this lot, it's this one that I don't really know if I can get to that well. It's cold. Maybe I can slide it out this way. I think I'll just set it back on there once I move this in a minute. I'll just have to do this either with the Jeep or once I go get my saw, but at least for now they're somewhat saved. So I'm losing constant trees right now, all this weight from this ice. So I'm like working to try to save the ones that are angled that I want to save. I've got this jack. I'm gonna jack up there's a tree I have I want to jack up with a 4x4 and kind of brace it. So I'm gonna take this over there and do that. Try to save as many as I can. Well, and of course I've lost another cedar tree since the last time I walked out here just a little bit ago. But what I did is I got this floor jack. I was really worried about this oak tree here because of how heavy it could get. So I got this floor jack and propped it up with the board for now. And once the storm is over and everything kind of uprights itself again, I will jack the tree up and put an actual long one, that goes down to the ground and just leave it permanently. That way there's not a, floor jack sitting here all the time. because I really like this tree. It's a nice barrier from the road, and I don't want it to fall because there's a high chance it probably one day will fall unless I do something about it. So it's now, everything is melting. This tree here yesterday, it's now the following day. This tree here yesterday was fully on the ground. It has already come up a lot. So now I actually can see the branch that that actually hit the hives. It's a pretty chunky one. I mean, it's a big branch. Definitely not a small, lightweight branch at all. It's actually really big. Looks like I lost another one up here. That wasn't even. Maybe that was there yesterday, and I just didn't notice it. But that one broke. So this one actually broke from up there. Now I have a hole in the sky right there, which sucks. Yeah, this whole thing just sucks. Like, I'm gonna have a lot of days worth of chainsaw work out here and burning, because otherwise these trees are just gonna be sitting here in my way, and I don't want that. Look at this. This is just pathetic. Like, these trees look terrible now. A giant chunk broke off from right there, and another piece right there. Shadow's clearly unhappy about it as well. All the local deer pretty confused. All right, well, unfortunately I lost this really big, important, vital part of this tree. The only thing left of this tree is this poor fella, which is pointless. Now this one is really big. Like, it's large. And I lost those over there. And I lost this big branch from somewhere up in there. From like right there. And then one broke right there. Another big one here. Nice. Just absolutely just destroyed. That sucks. God, that sucks. I can't even hardly walk through here now. Huge part of that tree broke. I mean, look at this though. This is insanely heavy. This has already been sitting here melting for part of the day, and like my finger size next to this piece is massive. Like, every stick was enlarged times 3. Shadow, go get somewhere warm. Jeez. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Oh, got a huge hole in the sky now. Oh my gosh. Just massive broken pieces. Like, this whole thing is still sitting, but I'm not gonna touch it obviously or get very close right now without having all my gear. But I'm gonna have to cut this, and it's gonna fall again from here to the ground. Got big torn limbs everywhere. This just sucks. All right, so I have dragged this branch out of the way, basically a whole tree. And I went ahead and set these boxes back on here. Now, I'm not seeing any bees coming and going from these two yet, but what's interesting is the pink hive that was wide open, I turned it around the other way, and there are actually bees coming and going from this hive, the one that was looking like there wasn't going to be anything in it. So there was a small cluster in there. Still have some cleaning of trees to do, but Let's go look at these here real quick. So we've got some bees flying around. These are going into the side of this hive here. Not very much. Let's go see about my tree hive. They pretty much sealed themselves up and are quiet in there. They've sealed a good little bit of the edge of where I stapled on the plywood. Let's check this side. You can see where they've connected. Like right here, you can see where they've connected with propolis. But I'm not seeing any bees so far. Hopefully they're okay. They should be, because they're the most insulated. But anyway, everything is looking good. Oh, now look at these. These are actually quite a few of them coming and going. I guess probably because they're in the sunlight. So I think as these other ones get in the full sunlight and warm up a bit, I mean, it's only like 40 degrees. So they really shouldn't be flying much, but they've had some slow days recently, so I think they're all itching to come out. Now over here, thank goodness I didn't lose this awesome oak tree that I have here, and it raised back up enough on its own that the board that I put fell out. So now what I need to do is get a longer one, prop it up, stick the board up underneath there, and leave it permanently, just so there's some more support on this tree, because I really like this grouping of oaks. So yeah, that's what I've got in my future here. Luckily, I was very fortunate and did not lose power. Some people a little bit to the west of us that have not had power for like 36 to 48 hours, going on 48 hours now, because of some major transmission line issues and substation issues. So luckily, I have had power this whole time. Very, very fortunate for that. And life is gonna go on. Just gotta get all these trees cleaned up. That's going anywhere. So just like that, I got this tree here propped up using that jack and that 4x4, and I was able to use a natural cedar post here, and it is not going to go anywhere for a long time. It might eventually rot, but it was free, and I can always you know, cut another tree down and just use that. So came out pretty good. So it seems like once these boxes get into the sunlight a little bit and warm up enough, they all start flying. The ones here that are in the shade, not quite as busy, but I've seen a couple come and go. These over here have a few that are coming and going. Same with this one. So they're not all moving, but there's definitely bees flying. Freeze didn't completely wipe them all out, which is great. All right, y'all. Well, I'm tired. I've been just dragging trees and cutting trees and burning all day long today. Still have quite a bit of work to do, but luckily my bees are still doing good. That's kind of the whole point of this channel, is really to talk about the bees. But with that comes weather updates, because weather is a major factor on beekeeping, and I like to at least kind of display what I'm going through because of my strict beekeeping practices, in the fact that I don't treat and I don't do anything special for my bees. I like to at least share the fact that, you know, haven't done anything crazy for them. So well, that's about it for this one. I just wanted to show what kind of winter storms that we go through that are just so sudden and aggressive, and then all of a sudden, just like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm sure here in a few days the weather will be back up to 70 degrees and sunny, and sure enough, it is exactly that. It's actually about 60 degrees right now. The bees are flying. The sound of chainsaws are all around us right now because people are cutting all these down limbs that they had. There's insurance claims going on like crazy, I'm sure, because of limbs landing on houses. Like, it was a pretty significant one. And yet here we are, Bees are looking good. They just huddled up just like they're supposed to in nature whenever it gets cold. And I didn't give them anything special or do anything special for them. So stay tuned. I will update as the season goes on, and hopefully here soon be able to actually get into these bees. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.